Hey y'all, this is Robert Gipe, and I'm sitting on my porch in Harlan, Kentucky, and I was going to read you a little bit out of my new novel, Pop, because Montana and Linda Jean asked me to, and I hope it's going to help raise money for people that's been impacted by the floods. We love y'all and wish everybody the best. Do anything for you. What I'm going to read comes out of chapter 24, in which a man named Hubert is speaking, and it's called Spring Warms My Dry-Cawed Heart. I woke up one morning in late spring to Tildy standing at the foot of the bed, doing toe touches, reaching for the ceiling, her nightgown riding up above her knees. She done a marching step on the balls of her feet like a drum major. I said, "Feeling spry?" She said, "We need to get out in the woods." She made coffee in a pan of biscuits, fried a mess of bologna, put the coffee in a thermos, the biscuits and bologna in a Ziploc, called Nicolette, Marla, and Pinky, told them it's time to get the goods for their pop making. Ginseng and sassafras, sumac and sourwood, maybe a little hepatica, make a liver tonic pop for them needs it. We loaded 4 four-wheelers on 2 trucks. Drove the trucks to the mouth of Spraddle, parked at the old roller rink. Rode the 4-wheelers up a creek a half a mile, rode switch back went another half a mile. Switch back again and come out on an old mine bench, curved with the mountain away from the highway. We crossed the creek, and before long the road give out. Tildy took out her thermos, poured the cap full of coffee, passed it. She pulled out the biscuits and bologna, passed them too. We took off on foot. I thought it might be the last time I'd spend a day tramping the woods. I was used to hurting. Back and knees give me fits, headaches, corns and bunions, nose and ear hair, driving me crazy, colds I couldn't shake, little cancers here and there. Lungs broke down, arthritis, sciatica, scoliosis. None of that was new, but of late I was losing the will to fight it. Found myself wondering where I'd lay down and die. Might I wake up somewhere where there wasn't such hurting, where the warm of spring might feel good again rather than a cruel taunt. I limped along. Tildy held the crook of my arm with one hand, a long stick with the other. She leaned forward, still wanted to be in the world, urged on down that loamy path, springy as the green sprouts peeking through the leaf fall. She said, "Look at them," pointing her stick at Nicolette and her 2 friends. The butcher girl, stout and dark, looked like somebody you'd want on your ball team. Fleshy and muscled through the shoulders, neck like a stump. Pinky, a more plush type. They three leaned into one another, link arms, and then draw apart. Tildy said, "Them 3 wildlings are going to make a go of this pop business, don't you think?" And I said, "Circle of life." Tildy said, "Girls, look here. See them sassafras leaves like mittens, 3-fingered, strong-smelling. Might be good for your pop." We gathered a sackful alongside a mine road. Sassafras likes the edges. The girls gazed up in the trees, mimicked the birds, stooped to pluck blossoms and sprouts for one another's consideration. Scratched roots, rubbed leaves between their fingers, sniffed, ran back to check a sprig with Tildy, tasting if she did. Tildy said, "Honey, don't put that in your mouth. You'll pucker up like a lemon and be lost to the bathroom fever." They took pictures and notes on their phone. Pinky pressed plants into a big book. Tildy squeezed my arm and her joy got in my system. Give me a dab of hope. Allowed me to put aside the bitterness I'd often feel when I seen people happy. I said, "Tildy," pointed at a plane flying over, "where you reckon they're going? Maybe Hollywood." And she said, "I don't know, but I feel for 'em." I said, "Why's that?" She said, "Ain't no way where they're going could be as nice as this." And I said, "Y'all gonna leave this Jellicoe?" And Marla and Nicolette and Pinky led them back, said, "What are you talking about?" And I took the celery looking at Angelica, and Tildy stooped to dig it out. Tildy said, "Chew on that, it'll make you stout." I said, "Good for your root and keep witches off you too." Tildy said, "These girls ain't scared of witches." And Marla said, "I wish there was witches here right now. I'd tell a witch to witch me to where I could fly. Then I'd take me a ball bat and knock all these damn drones out of the sky, bust up every surveillance camera on the corner of every building, witch my ass up into outer space, and knock them satellites down." Pinky said, "You're stupid. You wouldn't no more do that than fly to the moon." Marla said, "Why wouldn't I?" Pinky said, "'Cause you'd lose your internet knocking out them satellites and you wouldn't last 5 minutes." Marla went swinging on a grapevine and said, "Wouldn't bother me a bit to be a Tarzan girl with no grid hemming me up, spying on my clandestine activities." Nicolette laughed at that, and Pinky took her sang-ho and jabbed at Marla on that vine. And Marla begged me to throw her a cigarette, and I'll have to say, between Tildy's gentle spirit and the rambunctiousness and intelligence of them young'uns, my dry-cawed heart opened somewhat to the warmth of the world, and I reached a cigarette up to Marla, and she smoked a couple puffs, pinched it out, flicked it back down to me, told me she only wanted it for ceremonial purposes. That's what she said. Face straight as a string. I'm telling you, these kids today is a wonder. All right, y'all. Hang in there.